Have you ever felt like you're making a rational choice, only to realize later you were swayed by something you didn't even consciously notice? That's the power of the anchoring effect. It's a sneaky cognitive bias that influences our decisions, often without us even realizing it. The anchoring effect works by using an initial piece of information, the anchor, to shape our subsequent judgments. This anchor doesn't have to be accurate or relevant. It simply sets the stage for our thinking. Imagine you're looking to buy a used car. The first car you see is priced at $10,000. This becomes your anchor. Now, even if you see another, similar car for $8,000, it might seem like a great deal because you're comparing it to that initial $10,000 price. The $8,000 price now feels lower than it might have if you hadn't seen the $10,000 car first. This isn't just about car shopping. The anchoring effect affects all sorts of decisions. Negotiations, for instance. If you start by suggesting a high price, even if it's unrealistic, you're setting a high anchor. The other party's counteroffer will likely be closer to your initial offer than they would have otherwise. Think about how this might work in your daily life. Perhaps you're looking to buy a new TV. You see an advertisement promoting a large-screen television for $2,000. This immediately becomes your anchor. You start browsing through other deals and see several 50-inch TVs for $800. Although these TVs are well-priced, the $2,000 anchor makes the $800 price seem like a steal. Now, you might be thinking that you're too smart to fall for this. But it's important to know that we all experience this effect to some degree. It's a fundamental part of how our brains process information. So, how can we avoid falling victim to the anchoring effect? The key is awareness. Once you understand that this bias exists, you can be more critical of the information you receive. Try to avoid focusing on the first piece of information you encounter. Instead, seek out multiple sources and different perspectives before making a decision. Take your time and weigh the options carefully. Don't rush to make decisions based solely on an initial price or offer. Consider your own needs and preferences independently of any anchor. For example, before buying that $800 TV, ask yourself, is this TV's functionality what I need? Does the screen size fit my space? Do I really need more features than what cheaper models have? Taking this extra step in the decision process can help break free from the anchor's grip. Let's consider another situation. Imagine you are looking to rent an apartment. The first apartment you see is spacious and well-equipped and is listed for $2,000 a month. This price anchors your expectations. When you view a smaller, less appealing apartment for $1,500 a month, the second apartment might seem like a good value. Even though the rental price still might be too much for your budget, it is critical to assess your budget separately and compare that with the value you are getting from each apartment and not base your decision from the first anchor. The anchoring effect can manifest itself in subtle ways. Consider charitable giving. If you're asked to donate a large amount, even if you can't afford it, the large amount might still influence you to give something, more than if you were initially asked for a smaller amount. Marketing and advertising constantly use the anchoring effect to influence consumer behavior. Sales often start with a high initial price, which is subsequently discounted, making the discounted price seem like a good deal. They use this strategy because it is effective in shaping our perception of value. Understanding the anchoring effect is about recognizing that our thinking isn't always as objective as we might believe. We are prone to shortcuts and biases, and the anchoring effect is a prime example. By recognizing and acknowledging this bias, we can consciously choose to challenge our initial judgments and make more informed and balanced decisions, both in small everyday purchases and the bigger decisions that matter in our lives. Learning to identify the anchors in our lives, whether in prices, suggestions, or even the opinions of others, gives us a vital edge in making choices that truly reflect our needs and values. Remember, your perceptions can be influenced, but you still ultimately hold the power in your decisions. Don't let an anchor dictate your life's course. Be aware, be informed, and be the master of your choices.